Babylonia. While not relinquishing his position as king of the empire, Nabonidus entrusted the administration of the government of Babylon to Belshazzar. Since Tema was a junction city on the ancient caravan routes along which gold and spices were transported through Arabia, Nabonidus' interest in it may have been motivated by economic reasons or may have been based on factors of military strategy. The suggestion is also advanced that he considered it politically advisable to administer Babylonian affairs through his son. Other factors, such as the healthful climate of Tema and the prominence of moon worship in Arabia, have likewise been noted as possible motives for Nabonidus' apparent preference for Tema. There is no available information as to Nabonidus' activities between his 12th year and his final year. Anticipating aggression from the Medes and Persians under Cyrus the Great, Nabonidus had entered into an alliance with the Lydian Empire and Egypt. The Nabonidus Chronicle shows Nabonidus back in Babylon in the year of the Medo-Persian assault, with the New Year's festival being celebrated and the various gods of Babylonia being brought into the city. Regarding Cyrus' advance, the Chronicle states that, following a victory at Apiz, he captured Sippar c. 60 kilometers 37 million of Babylon and Nabonidus fled. Then follows the account of the Medo-Persian conquest of Babylon, and it is stated that upon Nabonidus' return there he was taken prisoner. Ancient Near Eastern texts, p. 306. The writings of Berosus, the Babylonian priest of the 3rd century BCE, relate that Nabonidus had gone out to engage Cyrus' forces in battle but was defeated. They further tell that Nabonidus took refuge in Borsippa SSW of Babylon and that, after Babylon fell, Nabonidus surrendered to Cyrus and was thereafter deported to Commania in southern Persia. This account would coincide with the biblical record O Textoi Acute Longo. Nabonidus 459 primarily depicts the main events of the reign of Nabonidus, the last supreme monarch of Babylon, including a terse account of the fall of Babylon to the troops of Cyrus. Though it was no doubt originally from Babylon and written in Babylonian cuneiform script, scholars who have examined its script style say it may date from some time in the Seleucid period 312–65 BCE, hence 2 centuries or more after Nabonidus' day. It is considered almost certainly to be a copy of an earlier document. The tone of this chronicle so strongly glorifies Cyrus while presenting Nabonidus in a disparaging way that it is thought to have been the work of a Persian scribe, and in fact, it has been referred to as Persian propaganda. However, while such may be the case, historians feel that the circumstantial date it contains is nonetheless reliable. In spite of the brevity of the Nabonidus Chronicle, the tablet measures about 14 centimeters 5.5 inches in breadth at the widest point and about the same in length. It remains the most complete cuneiform record of the fall of Babylon available. In the third of its 4 columns, beginning with line 5, pertinent sections read: 17th year. In the month of Tashretu, when Cyrus attacked the army of Akkad and Abiz on the Tigris, the inhabitants of Akkad revolted, but he Nabonidus massacred the confused inhabitants. The 14th day, Sippar was seized without battle. Nabonidus fled. The 16th day, Gobryasugbaru, the governor of Gutium, and the army of Cyrus entered Babylon without battle. Afterwards Nabonidus was arrested in Babylon when he returned there. In the month of Arishamnu, the 3rd day, Cyrus entered Babylon. Green twigs were spread in front of him. The state of peace, Sawm, was imposed upon the city. Ancient Near Eastern texts, p. 306. It may be noted that the phrase 17th year does not appear on the tablet, that portion of the text being damaged. This phrase is inserted by the translators because they believed that Nabonidus' 17th regnal year was his last. So they assumed that the fall of Babylon came in that year of his reign and that, if the tablet were not damaged, those words would appear in the space now damaged. Even if Nabonidus' reign was of greater length than is generally supposed, this would not change the accepted date of 539 BCE as the year of Babylon's fall, for there are other sources pointing to that year. This factor, however, does lessen to some extent the value of the Nabonidus Chronicle. While the year is missing, the month and day of the city's fall, nevertheless, are on the remaining text. Using these, secular chronologers calculate the 16th day of Tishri as falling on October the 11th, Julian calendar, and October the 5th, Gregorian calendar, in the year 539 BCE. Since this date is an accepted one, there being no evidence to the contrary, it is usable as a pivotal date in coordinating secular history with Bible history. See chronology. Interestingly, the Chronicle says concerning the night of Babylon's fall, the army of Cyrus entered Babylon without battle. This likely means without a general conflict and agrees with the prophecy of Jeremiah that the mighty men of Babylon would cease to fight. Jah 51:30. Also of interest are the evident references to Belshazzar in the Chronicle. Although Belshazzar is not specifically named, in the light of later portions of the Chronicle Col. 2, lines 5, 10, 19, 23, column 1, line 8, is construed by Sidney Smith, in his Babylonian historical texts, relating to the capture and downfall of Babylon, London, 1924, p. 100, as showing that Nabonidus entrusted kingship to Belshazzar, making him co-regent. Repeatedly the Chronicle states that the crown prince was in Akkad, Babylonia, while Nabonidus himself was at Temur in Arabia. However, the fact that Belshazzar is not mentioned by name nor is